You probably know by now that we've been doing a series of reports called Destination Education. The purpose is to really focus on stories and issues that face our students and parents and educators. This one's a big one. More and more educators are recognizing that children are struggling when it comes to being overwhelmed by emotion. That's been especially true during the pandemic. One teacher in Rialto is using yoga and mindful breath to help little ones deal with their stress. Our Christy Fajardo takes a look.
Niani, how does it make you feel when you breathe?
It makes me feel calm.
They're life techniques even a superhero could use.
Running into the waves.
In Miss Torres' kindergarten class in Rialto, mindfulness breathing.
Breathe in and down.
And now yoga.
You're going to take your arms out nice and wide.
Help bring out the inner angel in her students, even the week before Halloween.
Show me a rainbow.
They're self-soothing, self-control skills little Jocelyn Uriastegui now uses at home.
Sometimes I play, but sometimes I get a little mad because I don't get what I want. When I'm like thirsty and then they just give me something that I don't want, I get mad, so I do my calm clouds or rainbow.
In my first year teaching, I had a little girl that was very worked up. She just needed a lot more love. And just kind of clicked in that I feel like she just need to breathe.
Devon Santibanez Torres says she remembered her childhood teacher who used to calm students by having them lay down and rub their heads. That's why 17 years ago, she started teaching breathing techniques in class.
Bringing your hands together at your heart.
But only added yoga just before the pandemic hit Charlotte and Warner Elementary.
I just feel like, yeah, with families going through so much, the kids are obviously experiencing it, so they came in a little bit more needing this kind of stuff.
Torres, who uses restorative yoga to manage her pain from fibromyalgia, says she figured the same skills could help her students.
I know that for them, it's the same thing. They need to relax their body. They're having a difficult time, whether probably not pain in their bodies necessarily, but pain in their hearts.
Especially in this community, we have lots of students that come with a lot of trauma in their background. Some families have been divorced. Some families have had lots of deaths in the family due to the pandemic.
Principal Dr. Ayana Balagan says, adding to the learning challenges, kids came back used to being in front of computers and not moving around.
And we can wave. There's our school.
She says Torres has been ahead of the curve when it comes to focusing on social-emotional learning, a concept educators around the nation are now embracing.
Good job.
Pointing to multiple studies that show tending to children's emotional well-being improves academic performance.
We haven't had as many behavior issues. We've had students being able to focus and concentrate on their testing.
That's why Dr. Balagan is now expanding yoga to other classrooms with the district's blessing.
Whenever we talk about school, we think about academics, but it's hard to access academics if the child is not feeling well.
You are thinking outside the box.
State Senator Connie Leyva is recognizing Miss Torres for her efforts.
Jonathan, Juanito.
But it's seeing even Spider-Man not climbing the walls.
How does it make you feel?
Work so much.
And ready to learn.
Take your what? Time.
That's magical.
How does it make you feel?
Calm. It makes us happy.
And Christy joins us now. Obviously, you were talking to the kids on Halloween. Those all the costumes, and they were extra happy that day. But there's no denying the mind-body connection and how it's helping these kids.
Absolutely, and you know, that was what was so stunning because it was Halloween. You know how excited kids are,
they're usually
right?
up here.
Yes, and they were having a parade at the school on Friday, and they were so calm.
Wow.
So it really, really works, and you could just see that anxiousness just melting from them.
And I understand that the teachers are being offered this as well, which, by the way, can we just talk about what yeoman's work they've done this last year and a half, trying to teach those little ones via Zoom has not been easy, and then welcoming them back when they're still a little uneasy about being back in the classroom. The teachers need the yoga and breathing too.
Absolutely, and Ms. Torres actually said this has been the toughest year yet. And she says she speaks for all of her colleagues when she says that.
Yeah.
So the school is also teaching teachers self-care and also just to check in with themselves. And they brought in yoga instructors to work with the teachers, and so they can learn it for themselves and then also apply it in the classroom.
Well, you took it to heart too. You're doing it with your daughter now?
I am. I have to say, incredible respect for educators, especially at Zoom school. I was terrible. And, you know, this year, elementary school math is really kicking my butt. I have to work with my daughter at home on her homework, and there's tears and there's shouting.
On your part or hers?
Well, both. And bribes, you know, all sorts of things. But since I did this story, I have asked her, I said, just check in with yourself. How are you feeling? I mean, having her breathe, and it's actually helping a lot.
I just took a breath, because that really, that is a reminder for all of us to not forget to breathe through it all, right? Christy, this was excellent. You've been doing a terrific series of reports for us. We welcome you back anytime.
Oh, thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Deep breath.